Howdy, everybody. Tony here. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to give my quick thoughts here on Bitcoin. I'll try and be as concise as possible and get it out. So right now, I'm zoomed out for once here on the daily. We're going to zoom in further to kind of go through some thoughts I've had. But for right now, I just want to go through my ideal little bullish count here that I've had for quite some time. I think it's still in play. I think we can't knock this off the table quite yet. I think this still sticks on the table for me at least. So right now, just to kind of go over this real quick, I have the base channel on here. So I have it as a 1, flat 2, 3, and then a zigzag family here for the 4. So just going off of what we typically look for in a wave 4 of an impulse, we have a bounce off the base channel here, which isn't too typical as far as I can remember offhand here, where we get this far of a retracement for the wave 4. But because of the flat here, I think we can kind of excuse that for now, I'd say. But we get to bounce here off the base channel, which we typically look for in impulses. We held the 50 here between the 2 and the 4 off the 3. So we held the 50%, which is the most likely target between 50 and the 3A2. So we held that and we're bouncing away from that now. When looking for a wave 4, it's a time between the wave 2 and the wave 4. I like to get at least a 1-to-1. And here we have that. So from here, the end of the 1 to the end of the 2 is 1-to-1, the end of the 3 to the potential end of the 4, if that's what this actually is. And it bounced off of it to the tick. So anything from here on, looking for, this could still be a wave 4 to match this degree. We could get nice and big and long here. Usually I like to look between 1 and 4 times the length of the 2. But since this is kind of a flat, I think we've taken up enough time in this impulse already that this sharp should be good enough for it to kind of move on, in my opinion. So if that's what's happening here, great. We're going to be moving up here. We got some targets here to kind of look at right now. Looking at this one, this larger degree 1, 2, the 3 projection is around the 3618 here. So that's what this spot is here. This would be the most likely target for a wave 5 at the lesser degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be a nice target for the 5th wave. And then we're looking like we got some nice impulsive movement up as well. We are kind of getting in the danger zone here. This goes back to the previous all-time high back at 60. Back over here. So I want to see us kind of pop this area and turn this level here into support. It looks like we got an impulse up at the moment, so this could be it for now. Come down maybe for another one, do one of these kind of situations, and work our way up here to kind of get up to the 80s. Right now, that's kind of my conservative. If this does turn out to be an impulse, this would be my conservative target here for the wave 5 of the lesser degree. And then we would come back down for the wave 4 of the larger degree before we move up for the 5th. When we get that, we'll kind of look and project for that at that time. This could be, if this is the wave 5, if it's not an impulse, we could be expecting a potential for some kind of diagonal here to kind of finish this out before maybe correcting for the wave 4 and then heading up for the larger degree wave 5. So this would be the end of the wave 3 of the lesser degree, and then we go in for another 4. Since this was a flat correction as well, we could be looking for a sideways contracting triangle, or we could be looking for another sharp correction. Hopefully we stay up here and it's all nice and easy and we get a nice move up. Hopefully this turns out to be some kind of contracting triangle that sends us up for the wave 5 of the larger degree. So that's it at this level here. I'm going to dig down a little bit more and kind of see what we see at the smaller degrees. But again, right now, the way this is looking, this could be an impulse complete correction. Boom. Looking for this kind of thing here to send us up for more confirmation to get us closer to our target up at 80,000 plus. If the bullish is still in the works here. So right now, cautiously bullish. The news and all that stuff with us at the all-time high for ES, that's a little bit concerning. So as long as that continues up, I'm looking for higher highs here. Break of structure and a higher high at least. If that comes as an impulse or if that comes as some kind of diagonal and we peak up and drop down for another wave 4, so be it. Let's do it. So that's all I got here at the daily. Let's scoot on down and look at some potential bearish counts. So the last thing I want to kind of check and show you guys was the EWO down here. So right now we're looking like we filled the quota for a wave 4. We do go up for a wave 5 here. We're looking for some divergence on the EWO to help confirm that, okay, this is finally coming to an end here and we should start looking to exit or look for a potential curve downwards. Doesn't mean it has to. Wave 5's can extend, do all that kind of fun stuff, but just another little trick, another little clue to help us kind of determine where we are in the trend and how momentum is shaping up. I do have a video on how to find the ends of wave 5s. If you want to check that out, go ahead. All right. So enough on the daily. This is too zoomed out for me. Let's go down to the 4-hour here. So on the 4-hour, there's a couple ways to count this. One reason I don't really like the double zigzag scenario is because I have this as the X wave here. And usually, per the guideline, X waves are sucker rallies and they're quick. That was kind of the one thing that I'm a little concerned about or have some issue with, if the count is correct. So the alternative and the one bearish idea that I kind of like at this time is this being a potential diag of some sort. Again, this would be my most current one that we have to kind of look for, like right now at the hard right edge. Usually diags go up to the 786, so right now we do have some more room to grow here, but not too much. We are right now at the 618 from the swing high to the swing low. And we're getting a reaction. So algos could be kicking in. That could be it. Again, I'll just throw on the 786 here just to kind of see where we're at for that. And that puts us at another kind of interesting area for me as well. It's up here at 71, 72. So it puts us right in the ballpark of some other support resistance lines here that I've been keeping an eye on. We haven't been able to close above this level here at 71 and 300-ish. We kind of popped up there, came back down, tried to find support, couldn't do it, fell back down, turned in resistance, and fell on over. So if we do end up going lower, if this is it, this could be it for this count. If we do end up going further up, then the next level I'm kind of keeping an eye on is this 71, 300 change area right here. So what happens next? So great, we broke this, we got a little change of character, we killed this high, but as soon as we swept the high, we started retracing back down now. So my main spot I'm looking and keeping an eye on at this point, at this level, is going to be here as a potential wave 4 ending, and that's going to be the inducement for me. So right now I just threw that inducement on there. If we do a swift move down here and break that inducement level, and then do one of these back up to this level that has played as support and resistance in the past, especially the 74,500 mark that I've been keeping an eye on. And in my last video, that was kind of one of the spots I wanted to see smash and flip into support, which it did for now. So I want to see that continue to play as support. If we break back down in a swift movement, I'm going to be watching for a corrective move up back to this level to see if that is in fact it, and we're going to head lower. This wave 2, right now I have this as a potential wave 2, and I'll just throw that on there for you. So this is my non-ideal kind of scenario at the moment. We could be putting in some more waves, but right now, just as a snapshot, this is kind of what I'm seeing. So again, if we break this, it's going to be how we break it. If we come down corrective to this level, I'm going to be less likely to worry about it breaking. I'm going to look for it to kind of hold as support, come back down. And then we could be putting in some kind of more sideways here for another wave 4 off of this wave 2 before we get some continuation up. So if we end up breaking up, I'm going to be watching for this level to play as support at some degree. So I want to see it break up, have it bust up here, maybe up to this level, and then come back down correctively hold this area of support, and we just keep on moving up, breaking these levels and turning them into support at a minimum. Of course, the trend won't go up forever, but that's kind of the idea I want to see here. And the second we start breaking down and breaking these higher lows here is when I'm going to start considering that, okay, at least one of these moves is done. We're going to start looking for move down either as a correction or as the move down to Doomtown. So just to go back over where we came from again. Last time in the video, I was talking about down here. I'm looking for some kind of move up here, possibly corrective for some move down. It looks like the algo saved us. The algos here in this 5618 area, they saved us, and we are moving up nicely. We did hit the 618 coming the other way, and we are at the 236. We did a little front run on the 236. So that could be a good indication. That doesn't mean the trend's necessarily done, but that there are algos in the mix here. So keep an eye on that as we move up as well. I'm going to be using this to see if we get some confluence here on some other levels. And right now, if we come back down correctively to 63,470, that could be a good spot to look for some confluence for a bounce if we get it. So that's my thoughts on a bearish possibility that's like current, that's going to be coming up here that we should be looking out for. We still have some moves to hit to 1-to-1 and the outer parallel of the channel here. So could have a little bit more movement up, little pop up to this upper level of the danger zone, and then maybe correct from there. The other question I have is down here still in the back of my mind that we didn't quite finish as neat as I'd hope we would. So this could be some kind of ABC as well. And this would fit the bearish scenario. So we have A, B, and then this is the impulse up here, C. Again, it looks like a three wave. We got a nice V. Like a lot of things are saying it's time to turn around and head up a little bit. But just something that's in the back of my head here is as another possibility that adds to the bearish scenario. But overall, I think we're looking pretty good. We've been breaking up and breaking some pretty good resistances. Now it's just a matter of them playing as support so we can get some further upward movement to break the next level up and then flip that and so on and so forth. It doesn't have to flip. It can just blast through. That's okay with me. But again, dillies are cheap and all this stuff. It's the retrace that we're really looking for some continuation. Because a dilly up can mean, if there's enough time, can mean him dilly down, and then we're kind of back at square one, scratching our heads and trying to figure out what's going on. All right, so that's enough on the 4 hour. I'm going to go down to the 1 hour. All right, so here we are down at the 1 hour. Right now, I just wanted to show you this real quick, and I'll get rid of it and declutter some of this. But at the moment, I've been using this pitchfork as kind of a guide here. The last update last week, we were kind of down here. I'm still in this long, luckily. It didn't come down and sweep me out yet, so I'm still in here. I ended up taking some profit right before the pivot here. So what I'm going to be looking for now here is if this pitchfork keeps playing as support and giving us some kind of idea. So as you can see, this level here kind of supported the move. We have some reaction back here, and then it played again up here as well. So just something interesting to keep an eye on. I'm not playing off that by itself. It's going to act as some kind of confluence. Right now, I have this labeled up kind of as what I see now as a snapshot in time here. It's not the most ideal, but right now I think this is kind of what I'm seeing. The EWO matches up pretty good. Doesn't mean that it's all done. We're going to have to see what happens. Again, my marked where I'm going to start getting interested in looking for shorts or looking for other kind of confluences and what's really going on with the count is this inducement level down here. So once this is taken out and how it's taken out, I'll be looking for some other kind of plays off at the smaller degree. So again, if we just stay here, we're not done yet. We could come back down, find support, keep working our way up and flipping these resistances back into support and keep moving up. If we do end up coming back down, I think if we look at this either in the bullish or bearish scenario, What we really want to see is a quick move down, a swift move down here, and then a correction up, and then this is going to be the point here. If we think it's a C wave, guess what? We're going to get a move down to the C wave. Most likely targets and all that kind of thing before a potential for more move up. If it's done and that was the end of it, and that was just news related and we're headed on down to Doomtown, you're in for the 3, or at least another zigzag down, depending on what you think this whole move is over here. Either way, the bulls and the bears can kind of shake hands at this location if we break this inducement level here, like in the next move, in the next swing. If we keep floating up and further away, we might have to reconsider. But right now, this is the main thing I'm kind of keeping an eye on and alarming at the moment. Because right here, this is the C3 setup. We finish the wave 4. We clear that out. We break the Elliott Wave final channel here. And we start looking for potential that the impulse wave is complete and that there's some potential down coming. Is it going to be a C or a 3? Don't know, don't care at the moment. Because either way, it's an entry that I can live with and I'm going to profit off of either way. All right, so that's kind of what I'm looking for at the smaller time frame. Again, it's all based on breaking this inducement level before I do anything. That could change in the next 5 minutes while I'm editing this video. It could come to fruition. We'll have to wait and see. If you want to get super degen, even at this moment, the smaller degree area that I'm looking for to break at the even smaller degree is right here. I think this is a completed impulse up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this could be some kind of correction here. But if we do any kind of short, I'm going to want to see this level here break. And then see where we're at from there. And then we could play the C3 down on the smallest degree if you're a degen like me. So if we do get the move down here correctively, I'll be trying to enter in this area if it comes up corrective, and then looking for a possible wave C or 3. If it's a wave C, I'm going to be looking for, again, the 1-to-1, all the zigzag kind of things. If it is a zigzag, I'll be looking for the other areas of interest for the other corrections. I'm going to be watching this level here to play a support, as it used to be resistance. We have the golden zone right here. We have a nice, well, not a nice, but we have an impulse, potential impulse up here complete. So if we get a nice corrective move down, this seems like a pretty good area to me to start looking for a potential continuation. On the flip side, as always, if we end up breaking these levels swiftly, again, I'm going to be watching them to play as resistance before or for the move down. It all depends on how the PA kind of plays around these levels for me, and that will trigger how I react to that. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. If you have any questions, concerns, please leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, show me some love. Thank you very much for watching. And if you want to learn some more technical analysis and price action, come on over to TradeDevils.com. The white belt is free. If you like what you see there, you can continue on your education. Start off easy, support resistances, and we work our way up to a full course in Elliott Wave. And in the new brown belt, we also offer some smart money concepts. So come check us out. You get a free Elliott Wave cheat sheet if you sign up on the website or if you join the free Discord. So I'll see you there. And as always, trade safe, trade clarity. Take it easy. Later.